It's not a perfect game, but it made me happy. It has flaws. Many people have had issues with performance. I did not have performance problems or crashes on all high settings. The recommendation for Full HD 1080p play that my monitor is built for, but I have my mid-range system that can run Cyberpunk 2077 with a ray tracing on smoothly at 100 FPS within those limits, so I'm not a great example of what most people are playing on. Weak side mission content that mainly serves the framework to give you extra character resources and keep you chatting with the side characters as new dialogue opens up for them throughout the story. A system of unlocking new abilities by hunting humans with a specific blood characteristics, which you will really like or really loathe, is true to the current version of Vampire on tabletop, which isn't a defense, just a statement for why is what included. I found it delightful, fun, and my friend who was parallel playing could stand it. And world-ending creativity that's based much more on how you behave to a large number of characters across the entire game that it is based on a single pivotal choices like Bloodlines 1. While that last flaw is overall a good thing, it also means that you might not realize which story conclusion you're building towards on your first playthrough until the achievement pops up at the very end. There are also recurring sequences with the character Fabien that do so much for the story but which are very linear, so their only replay value. It's possible that the developers will implement a way to streamline or skip them after your first run during the 6 months of promised post-launch support and expansions, so I might get off to edit this part of out eventually. Having been frank about the parts which are objectively weak or notably hit or miss, I would enthusiastically recommend Bloodlines 2 for Vampire the Masquerade fans who want to spend time in a world we love that was written by people who also obviously love it and know it well. I would also recommend it to the fans of ARPGs, where you play somewhat more established characters such as Dishonored or Deus Ex, Human Revolution and Mankind Divided, and to fans of gothic mystery stories. I would probably not recommend it to the people who have AAA expectations for the sequel of a 21-year-old to a cult classic. You're not wrong for hoping and wanting. I also hoped and wanted, but this sequel did not never had a chance of having the budget to make the vampire into Wild Hunt, Cyberpunk 2077, or Baldur's Gate 3. And if you aren't willing to meet it where it is, you're just not getting to enjoy yourself. Maybe they'll get the budget for the third game if professional reviewers and content creators stop comparing it to their imagination of what the game could have been with another $100 million to develop with it, or comparing it to the molded versions of Bloodlines in one particularly annoying pre-release review, but sadly I'm not holding my breath for that right now. I would also not recommend it to the people who do not enjoy RPGs, or generally RPGs with more defined player character. Speaking specifically to Bloodlines veterans in that regard, the Nomad is about as flexible in personality and has about the same amount of story railroading as in Bloodlines 1. Yes, there is a reduced clan section to compare to the fledgling, and I get why you wanted customization to widen out in the sequel. I also would have enjoyed that, and I think a third game with more money behind it would absolutely shoot for it knowing it's something the fans want, if the one manages to touch people the way it touched me. However, people who love Bloodlines and let themselves immerse in the story and characters of Bloodlines 2 will find it in, and earnest, atmospheric, and well-written indirect sequel, which does have the VTM is a great IP, and a lot of people would enjoy both Bloodlines and Bloodlines 2 even more than they may already do after getting to know the world through its original incarnation. Regardless, as someone in their 30s now who's been in love with the Vampire the Masquerade since I was an edgy, lonely kid, and who replays Bloodlines every few years to spend time in the world, when my tabletop group is playing other systems and stories, Bloodlines 2 brought me home again. I'm already playing a second run, just to spend more time in the world and with the characters who made me love them or love to hate them during the first 32 hours. As a forever fan of VTM and VTMB, this game isn't everything I wanted it to be. There is an undisputably room for improvement, but it's everything I needed it to be.